Are you looking for NFL betting picks for Week 1? You have come to the right place because I will share 5 predictions on point spreads or totals for the opening week of the 2025 NFL season. Please note that we are talking about super early betting tips here. In fact, I am recording this video in mid-July, so it's important to be aware of the fact that some of the lines stated here could be different, depending on when you are watching this video. Some of the information about players could also change, like injuries for instance. So please don't be too hard on me if I say things that are not relevant anymore if you view this video several weeks later. I will provide a second batch of Week 1 picks about 1 week before kickoff, which corresponds to late August or early September. Make sure you subscribe to the best sports betting channel to get those valuable selections from the holder of a Ph.D. in statistics. I retired from my full-time job as a university professor in September 2022 after crushing online bookies since 1999. Without further ado, are you ready for 5 super early NFL picks for Week 1 of the 2025 season? Let's go! My first prediction regarding the opening week of the NFL is as follows. I am betting over 41.5 points to be scored in the Cardinals vs. Saints matchup. Let's start with a simple analysis. Let's pretend we would have placed a bet on over 41.5 in each of Arizona's 2024 regular season games. By doing so, we would have obtained a nice 11-6 record. Now let's pretend you would have done the same on each of New Orleans' 2024 games. This time your record would have been 8-9. So if you combine both teams together, you get a positive 19-15 record. That's a good start. It's also interesting to note how Arizona's offense was improving as the season progressed. Indeed, during their last 4 contests, they scored an average of 29 points per game. The core of the offense is back for a second straight season for the Cardinals. Kyler Murray, James Conner, Marvin Harrison Jr., Trey McBride, Michael Wilson, and Greg Dortch. Now entering his second season in the league, Harrison is looking to make a leap in 2025. He had a pretty good rookie season, but probably below expectations given his pedigree. Coach Jonathan Gannon has praised him a lot for his work ethic and initiative during the offseason. Harrison has added some muscle mass and his chemistry with Kyler Murray should be better this year. As far as the Saints are concerned, their offense is raising a lot of question marks after the unexpected retirement of QB Derek Carr. That left New Orleans in a pretty bad situation. Second round pick Tyler Shaw is the front runner to get the starting job, but he will be battling with Spencer Rattler and Jake Haener in camp. The latter two looked pretty awful last year, so it's hard to get excited over this offense, right? But at least the team has good weapons to surround their signal caller. Alvin Kamara, Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, Taysom Hill, and tight end Joan Johnson are more than decent players. Also, the inexperienced QBs from New Orleans make it more likely to see some turnovers, which is good when you are betting the over. Finally, I am not too scared by any of those defenses. There isn't a defensive position group in New Orleans that is above average, whereas Arizona's defense is likely to be in the middle of the pack. For all of those reasons, I think this 41.5 total is way too low, so I am betting the over to hit. Up next, NFL pick number 2 when it comes to the first week of the 2025 season is the Atlanta Falcons plus 2.5 points at home against the Bucs. Michael Penix Jr. brings a lot of optimism entering his second year as a pro. He showed great flashes last year when he started the final 3 games of the 2024 season. In those 3 contests, the Falcons scored an average of 32 points. They posted a 1-2 record, with both losses occurring in overtime, so nothing to be ashamed of. Penix should be much more comfortable in 2025 after getting all first-team reps during training camp. He also has a good supporting cast with Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Darnell Mooney, and Ray McLeod. Few people realize that both Mooney and McLeod racked up more than 60 receptions last year. They are very decent wide receivers. Granted, Atlanta will need to slow down Tampa's offense. They scored the 4th highest number of points in the league in 2024. Most of their starters are returning, on top of adding rookie Emeka Egbuka from Ohio State, in a very crowded wide receiver group. Both teams have a top 10 offensive line, and based on my analysis, Tampa has a slight edge in terms of defense. Still, I'm going to side with the home underdog in front of a fired-up crowd that will be looking to beat a division rival. It won't be easy for the Bucs to get a road win by a margin of 3 points or more. I do believe the Falcons hold a 55 to 59% chance of either winning this game or losing by a margin of 1 or 2 points. As a result, I am backing Atlanta and the extra 2.5 points in Week 1 of the 2025 NFL season.
Here's my daddy, Professor MJ!
I'm not sure this pick will get a lot of support from my viewers, but I'm here to give my opinion rather than trying to please everyone. More precisely, my 3rd NFL pick for Week 1 is the Green Bay Packers moneyline against a strong Lions squad. Yes, I do believe the team from the frozen tundra will get the W against the team that led the league with a plus 222 point differential last season. Another impressive aspect of the 2024 Lions season is the fact that they won all 8 of their road matches. But I still think they will start with a road loss. We have all heard about how great Detroit's offense is, but Green Bay's unit is not bad either. They scored the 8th most points in the NFL last year, and the team drafted a wide receiver in the first round of the draft for the first time since 2002 by taking a speedster, Matthew Golden. According to Rob Demovsky from ESPN, Golden seemed to immediately gel with Jordan Love during the offseason. The team already had a lot of good young receivers with Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, and Romeo Doubs, so they got even better. Running back Josh Jacobs is also coming off one of his most productive NFL seasons after scoring 15 TDs on the ground. He fits like a glove in Green Bay's offense, and he allows to take some pressure off the shoulders of Jordan Love, who is still young and improving. Both clubs had a very good offensive line last year, but they had to reshuffle it in 2025. I don't see any of those two teams having a significant edge here. The same could be said about defense, where both units should be in the top 10 in my opinion. Most of the betting public is likely to side with Detroit given their fantastic 2024 season. But I will go against the grain by opting for the Packers to win straight up. They're at home, they have a chip on their shoulders after losing both meetings last year, and the odds are close to a toss-up. I like Green Bay to prevail in this NFC North showdown. My 4th NFL pick for Week 1 of the 2025 season concerns a game's total. This time I am supporting over 45.5 points in the Miami-Indianapolis game. Tua Tagovailoa is a vital part of Miami's offense. Last year, the Dolphins scored 24.1 points per game when Tua was under center, versus 13.3 when he was out of the lineup. That's a big difference. The weapons around him are fantastic. Devon Achane, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and newcomer Darren Waller at the tight end position. Miami's offense did not perform at the same level as in prior years. One of the biggest reasons was Tyreek Hill's health. He suffered a wrist injury before the season began, and it lingered throughout the regular season. He should be healthier this year so he could rebound, although he is now 31 years old. I'm not convinced that Indy's defense will be able to stop Miami's train. Their defense finished 29th in total defense, and there does not appear to be a clear path to making significant strides. They acquired Cameron Bynum and Charvarius Ward to bolster their secondary, but will it be enough? Will they fit right in from the start of the season? I'm not so sure. Meanwhile, who will win the QB battle in camp in Indianapolis? Anthony Richardson or Daniel Jones? At the current moment, Jones appears to hold the lead. An off-season shoulder surgery has slowed Richardson's progress and opened the door to Daniel Jones to take the first team reps. Sure, Richardson brings more upside, but his 47.7% completion rate last year was abysmal. Despite the question marks at the QB position, the Colts should find ways to put points on the board. They are squaring off against a defense that I view as being around the 20th spot in the league, especially following the Jalen Ramsey trade. He leaves a big void at cornerback. Also, Indy's offensive line is strong. They are good at opening holes for running back Jonathan Taylor, who rebounded with a solid 2024 year, after not being as effective in 2022 and 2023. The Colts also have a decent wide receiver group led by Michael Pittman, Alec Pierce, and Josh Downs. That summarizes my arguments for betting the over in this AFC duel. Again, I am rolling with over 45.5 points in the Miami-Indianapolis contest. Good luck, my friend! Here comes my fifth NFL pick for Week 1, which concerns once again the Miami-Indy game. I am placing a wager on the Dolphins moneyline at plus 100 odds, or 2.00 in decimal. According to my numbers, Miami has a 55 to 57% chance of winning this contest. In terms of odds, this means the minimum acceptable odds are around 1.79 in decimal format, which equates to minus 127 in American format. If your bookie has a betting line that is more enticing than those values, then you have the green light to proceed. To me, Miami has the better defense. They also have the better offense, especially in the early going of the season. Tua has more experience and he already has a strong connection with his supporting cast. The same cannot be said about Daniel Jones if he were to win the starting gig. It might take him a few games to be in sync with his receivers. And if Richardson is the starting signal caller, I don't see how he could magically be great right from the start of the season. He was awful last year and he missed a good portion of training camp recovering from an injury. The one area where Indy has a solid edge is the offensive line. Teron Armstead's retirement leaves a significant hole to fill in Miami. Patrick Paul is likely to take his spot, but he struggled mightily as a rookie. Despite the offensive line being an aspect of the game that sports bettors tend to underestimate, that's not enough to convince me to take the Colts to get the win in the opening week of the 2025 season. I know the Dolphins tend to play much worse on the road, but it's not like they were playing in the cold. The conditions are good inside Lucas Oil Stadium. They should be perfect for the speedsters from Miami. Given the enticing odds on Miami, I am definitely betting them to win straight up, which explains my pick on the Dolphins moneyline. As a former 15-year university teacher, I would like to give you 3 quick assignments. Number 1, if you appreciated the content, please click the thumbs up button. It only takes 2 seconds of your time while letting YouTube know that you enjoyed the video. Assignment number 2, leave a comment below by telling us what your top NFL pick for week 1 is. If you had to make just one bet, what would it be and why? Your input is valuable. I am looking forward to reading your betting advice. Assignment number 3. If you have not done it already, smash the subscribe button now and hit the little bell to get notifications when I post new betting tips for you. I've been beating online sportsbooks since 1999, and the number 1 goal of this channel is to grow your bankroll. That's it! Don't forget that I will unveil more picks for week 1 in the NFL in late August or early September. Meanwhile, you are invited to watch some of my other videos by clicking the little cards appearing at the bottom of your screen right now. I'm Professor MJ, your humble sports betting guide. It will be a pleasure to help you boost your bankroll in the long run.